So what's the difference between wild carrot and yarrow? Here, check this out. Alright, so we're going to start with the flower. This one here on my right is the yarrow flower. They tend to be puffier. They will tend to grow in irregular clusters. You see you'll have small ones over here, and they're not very well rounded. They're very lumpy. Looks almost kind of like popcorn. Here's our wild carrot. The wild carrot will tend to usually be more disc-shaped. Sometimes it'll be kind of poofy on top like this, but oftentimes it'll be flat, and you can even find a black spot oftentimes in the center, but that's not the defining factor. Not all wild carrots will have that little black spot in the middle. So there's how you can tell the difference in the flowers. You can see the flower of the yarrow, how the flowers are all clustered together, if I can get it to zoom. Here's your flower on the wild carrot. They're not quite the same. So next up, we'll talk about the leaves. Here's the leaves of the wild carrot, and they actually look like the leaves of a carrot plant. If you've done any growing at all, they're kind of thick, they're really full. I can get it to zoom, they're thick and kind of full. The leaves on a yarrow are going to be very feathery. They're going to be small, closely spaced. They're going to look a lot more like feathers than they will the wild carrot. And of course the last would be the root. I'm in a public park, so I can't particularly get this root. Wild carrot will have a very hairy stem like that, and at the bottom it'll have a white root that it'll come out and it'll look like a very small carrot, versus the root of a yarrow, which is going to be like this. I didn't get the whole root, of course. It's going to be a little bit like this. It's going to have some hairs and stuff on it, but it doesn't really go down to a point like you would see with a carrot. So there's the difference. Now, if you want to harvest the yarrow, you just take off the leaves and flower. I just typically use the flower because those leaves are small, but the leaves do have the medicinal properties as well. With the wild carrot, it does have some medicinal properties, which I'm not going to go into today, but it does have some medicinal properties that we'll go over in a little bit, and then we'll talk about how our carrots were derived from this carrot. If you have any more questions about this, let me know in the comments.